Little old lady from Pasadena.
Go, Betty, go.
Little white gardenias.
Go, Betty, go, Betty, go.
But parked in a rickety old garage is a brand new shiny red super stock Dodge. Welcome back, everybody. Look at that. There's another Dodge.
Look at that.
Even the little old lady in Pasadena has a Dodge. Go figure. Okay, we're back with Leon the Motorman, George the Airplane Man, Jimmy, and me. Give us a call. What's the number?
Number is 866-870-5752. Again, folks, just write it down. 866-870-5752.
Yeah, you got questions about cars. You got questions about motorcycles, weed whackers,
Airplanes, boats.
That's right. Boats.
Come on.
Or anything from pop guns to 50 cal Barretts. Give us a call. We got you covered.
And if you guys are online, if you're watching us on any of the streaming services, on YouTube, X, Rumble, Facebook, make sure that you're liking it. You're leaving your comment, your question, because I'm going through them all. I'm trying to get as many of these questions. A lot of it's just giving high praise to these gents here. So,
I think a lot of people are too intimidated to call in.
I've got a question that was asked me. I was at a place. I may have mentioned it to George. So, George, if you know the answer, don't mention it. Because I may have brought it up. I was at a restaurant talking to a lady there, and we got talking, about, and I says, I've probably been asked every question there is about automotive. She says, I've got a question for you. I says, okay. She says, when did they start doing two-tone paint jobs? And I did what you did. That's a really good question.
That is a good question.
When did they start doing? And how it started? I was at a restaurant, and the waiter had a 1938 Buick. And if you go back all the way, what did Henry Ford say? I'll paint any car, any color, as long as it's black. Remember? That was Henry Ford.
Yeah.
And so this 38 Buick was a real shiny black this guy had. It was a real collector's item. And 38 Buick. And then I got to thinking, and she asked me that question. So I know I got the answer, but I want to see what you guys think.
In a Chevy, I can't think of anything two-tone until a 55. And 55s, a lot of those were two-tone. The 54s, is it 53? Oh, 1950. Okay. Is that the right answer?
Yeah, probably 51. And I was trying to remember. 51 had a Crown Victoria Ford, and it had just a tan section in the side of it. It was a two-door hardtop.
Okay.
And then Chevy, 53, 54, the 50s. So the answer is 50s.
Yeah.
Now, when did they stop doing two-tone paint job? That probably only lasted for my Corvette, of course, is light gray and dark gray. But I mean, with the fancy, like Bel Air did. So it was an excellent question, and I couldn't answer it.
Well, I get asked all the time, what is my favorite gun? And
right?
That's a tough one.
I mean,
because it just depends on my mood.
Well, people ask me that, what's the favorite car? And,
I was going to ask you that, actually.
You probably get to ask that a lot.
The car I have now is my favorite.
Oh. See, that's kind of me. The gun I have in my hand at the time is kind of my favorite because that's why I'm shooting it.
Well, we think about it all the time. It's like, what are you going to be doing with it? What is your intentions with what you're driving or what you're shooting at that moment?
Well, electronics, and the reason George probably heard me say this is I've always had to have a nice car for dating, a nice car to take a trip. Then I always had my hot rods, I'm a muscle guy. I wanted a fast car. And I got a car now that's 5 cars in one. I was telling George about that. It with a click of a button. Right now it says on, just comfort. You make one click. And the steering changes, the transmission shifts different. You make one click more. Now the exhaust opens up. The transmission changes, the steering changes, it handles different, handles like my Corvette.
No kidding.
And then the next click is full-on race. You shift it yourself, all in one car.
I mean, technology just as leaps and bounds over these last few years, especially.
Yeah. Do you want to tell people what car it is?
It's an AMG Mercedes GLE E63. G63. It's a V8 twin turbo, but it's electric assist. So electric small battery. Nobody even knew it when I bought it. I didn't even know much about it. But electric comes on just till the turbo lag, so it takes off just like an electric car, just really fast. Very cool. It's so comfortable. So to me, it's easy to get in and out of because I needed to start getting into a SUV. It's hard for me to get in and out of the Corvette and stuff, but it's just an amazing car, AMG Mercedes. I mean, I'm sure other cars, maybe BMW has that, but I didn't know it even did all these things, and it's all by electronics. That's why, it's just it's a put-around car. Fast car, how you want it, just by a click.
Oh, there you go.
Just by a click. Well, it's just absolutely, and all the cars are electronic now, and it's just absolutely amazing.
Yeah. Okay, favorite gun. Got to go with two categories, rifle and handgun. Rifle, I think, is probably the M1 Garand. And then for handgun, of course, the Smith & Wesson Model 41. Reliable. Never malfunctions and never misses.
That's got to be something to say, right?
Yeah.
If you have never had a problem with it, like if you've never had a problem with your favorite car, it'd probably be your favorite for a reason.
The Model 41, especially the era I have, was all handmade by, I think it was 3 guys at Smith & Wesson in the Performance Center. And they all were made by hand by these couple of guys. And mine's late 50s, early 60s, and boy, what a shooter! What a shooter! I've made so many people angry at me with shooting that. Yeah. Well, my favorite story. I was out with about 6-7 guys, and we were on the range. We called a line break, and everybody's out moving targets around. And I walked out about 15, 18 feet, and I put a golf tee that I had in my pocket just in the ground, just to see if I could do it. Walk back. I had no idea anybody was paying any attention to me. Turn around. We called a line hot. Everybody's ready to go, and nobody's shooting. So I load a couple rounds. I put it in. I rack it. First shot. That golf tee disappeared, and I got called about 10 different names. You dirty rock! Trying to show off. It's like I had no idea. I just wanted to see if I could do it, and it did it. So. The Smith & Wesson.
You.
Yeah, thank you. The Smith & Wesson 41.
You an expert.
Yeah. All right, let's see. Let's get to Butch in La Habra. Butch, what can we do for you?
Hey, Motorman. I'd like to tell you about my 70 Chevelle.
All right.
I had it for over 30 years, working on it here and there.
That's a hot car now. That's a hot car. They're becoming very popular.
Beater. And eventually, I put the 350 in it. And put a transmission, a B&M 350. I put a posi rear end in it. It's a 10-bolt posi.
You said B&M. That's B&M transmission. So people to know. That
was a hot tranny back in them days.
Right.
Still got them. So now that I got it all running great, I painted it flat black, and I put some red SS stripes on it. But I keep the 307 emblems on the front fender painted in red.
You cheater, you.
False advertising.
Sleeper.
Oh, yeah. I put black and red seat covers, too. It runs really good. It looks good. So, Jeff, I seen you on Storage Wars.
Yeah.
Where Amelia brings in a musket pistol, and you said it ain't no good because it got High Hunter on it.
Yeah.
Worth $100. That was funny. I seen you when you were fat, like I am now.
Look at him, Slim Jim over there.
Must have been a long time ago.
That was about 2012, yeah.
Yeah, and George, there's a lot of airplanes that had that R2800 engine.
Oh, you bet.
18-cylinder. Can you name them all? I know them all.
All the airplanes that had that?
He's reaching back, folks.
Oh, that's Well, of course, the Corsair.
I'll name them for you anyway.
The Corsair, the P-47.
Got the Corsair, the Thunderbolt, the Hellcat, Bearcat, Tiger Cat, Black Widow, and the A1 Sky Raider, which actually shot down a MiG. 2 of them did. Went head-to-head with a MiG and shot it down with their 20 millimeters.
And the Sky Raider might have had a larger engine. It might have had a 3350 in it. That came out after the war.
18. Yeah. Anyway,
But that's a pretty good call you did. That's one of the best engines of World War II, no doubt. Aircraft engine was the R-20.
That's my favorite, and that Corsair. And I watch Pappy Boynton every week when they fly the Corsair.
You bet.
So
you bet.
I got a funny joke for the motorman. It's a mechanic joke.
Oh,
As long as it's clean, go ahead.
Oh yeah, the guy takes his girlfriend down to SeaWorld, watch the seals and sea lions frolic in the pool. So on the way home, the guy gets a problem with his car, and he's with his transmission. So he pulls into the shop, and out pops this guy named Goober, greasy coveralls, and says, "I'll take care of it. I'll look at it. Come back in a half hour. Go across the street. There's Dairy Queen." So they come back half hour later. No Goober pops out and she says, "Well, besides a couple loose lug nuts, you look like you just blew a seal." The guy's girlfriend says, "That's just ice cream, you dipstick."
Yeah, I think you missed the part about keep it clean. Bush, we got to go.
God bless you.
Take care now. Oi.
Oh, dear.
I saw that coming and went, uh-oh. Get it?
Mike over at the shop used to say that with a penguin. It was a penguin joke in there, so it always made me a little giddy. When I heard that setup, I was like, this sounds familiar.
Yeah, all right. Hey, you know what? That opens up a line. What's the number, Leon?
the number again is 866-870-5752. Again, 866-870-5752. We're all here to take your calls.
I got a quick question for some of you hot rodders out there. Okay, because it kind of came up. I think Kirk put it on there. Tinted windows, or you want to see everyone see you driving?
Illegal.
Yeah, of course. But if it weren't, because I know so many. I don't have tinted windows. I've never enjoyed them. I get it. People like that.
Well, light tint,
ambiguity
but
in
they
there.
are legal in California. I mean, Arizona, where it's so hot, it's legal there. But California, you're not. I had a little bit of law enforcement. The problem is a light doesn't shine in the window.
Yeah, it's safety. It's a safety issue for a lot of people.
Safety issue.
You know, I don't have tinted windows in any of my cars.
Yeah.
Except,
I don't either.
yeah,
It's
factory tinting on the newer ones, but that's it.
Yeah, it's kind of an odd thing that, especially because you know that they're already illegal, and then people put them on and get up in arms about how did I get them?
Well, last weekend, Leon, I went to a hot rod show over at the Highway 39 Event Center, and I drove. The wife and I went in my '65 Malibu convertible.
Wow.
It was a real nice drive. About 9 in the morning. You know, very calm, very nice. We got lost on the way home. And we still had the top down, and it took us a little over an hour to get home. I was so sunburned across the top of my head. Yeah. Oh, man, it's all peeled off now, but my forehead is still two-toned. It's like, normal and then kind of bright red.
I was going to ask you about that. What was going on? Talking about paint jobs.
Yeah, I got a two-tone forehead.
Oh, look at that.
It was a fun drive, but still, I couldn't believe I did that. We just got on like we're normally going home, and we're yakking, and we're enjoying the car so much. We went right by the 91 and kept going north on the 57 till we hit the 60, and then we had to go the long way around.
Wow.
Anyway, you're listening to Motor Slingers right here on
The Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network.
and we'll be back with more phone calls right after this.
Let's go.